Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kahootek here, and today we're going to be counting down my top favorite landing spots in Season X. This is more of a different video, so hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button if you want to see more, and let's get into it. Alright, coming in at number 7, this spot really doesn't have a name, but I like to call it Lava Falls. So, this is south of Pressure Plant. You usually won't encounter anyone here. I mean, if you're lucky, you may encounter one person, but usually this is a free spot to land at. You might see this looted later on in the game, but it's actually a pretty decent landing spot. I have it at number 7. I mean, it's my number 7 favorite, so it's obviously not going to be the best, but it's still pretty decent for players who just want to try and get a win, not go for a high kill game. It still has like 4 or 5 chests. It should be good for most players. You can go to Dusty or Pressure Plant after that. Obviously, it's not the best on the list, but at least it made it into the top 7, so you should definitely check this location out. Okay, at number 6 we have the Tomato Temple. This is also near Pressure Plant and the last location. You'll probably find, usually another person goes here, but yeah, this doesn't surprisingly actually have as many chests as the one at the lava, or it might have as many if you go to the buildings south of Tomato. There's like 2 buildings that have each with chests or 2 chests in them. So, it's pretty good. I think it's really tied with the last one, loot-wise, because, it's pretty small, and, it used to be named, I mean, I think Tomato Town was way better before the temple when it was a town. But, it's still, I guess, okay for loot, but obviously not the best. I mean, yeah, you can go down these stairs right here, and you'll see there's a building right here, and then you could go to Lazy Lagoon, I mean, and there's another building right there. And these landing spots really don't have much action, but this location is really just for, lots of places to branch out at, like this little underground tunnel for cars and stuff. It's now filled by lava, but yeah. Okay, number 5 is going to be this little location with the big chair. Usually has a chest on this big chair. There's also a building behind there that you can also loot. Yeah, and also in this main area, this is actually one of my favorites. This could be ranked higher than number 5, but it's a pretty small little, it's like a little town, like a really little town. But yeah, there's a vending machine spawn usually right there, and we got some loot under that tunnel, and there's a taco shop, and yeah, you've probably seen these types of taco shops, and like Retail Row or the soccer stadium, and yeah, there's a shopping cart, but that was vaulted because it's recorded in playground mode, so there's gonna be vaulted items, so don't be surprised if you see one. So yeah, this is the house, and it actually has 2 chests up at the top. It doesn't have any chests on the main floor, but it's a small house, but there's still pretty packed with loot. You see there's 3 loot drops, 3 possible loot drops just on the main floor itself, and then we have a chest up top, and then another chest in the opposite corner. So I'd say this is pretty good. We're just going up the list. And yeah, you've probably seen this building in Fiddle Fields, or this little small building. There's usually an ammo box in those little haystacks right there, and then we have a chest up top. So it's actually one of the smaller locations, but it still has lots of great loot in it, so it's pretty good. Okay, coming in at number 4 is actually our first and only named location on the map. It's going to be Shifty Shafts. So, it's the biggest location on the list, obviously, because it's named. The loot's kind of spread out here. Some people don't like landing here because, they don't want to have to go through the shafts, and there's a bunch of loot hidden in places. But after you land here a couple times, you'll get used to where the chests are and everything. There's also 2 houses across the street, but you really have to have been here a couple of times to find your way around the shafts. But I've been landing there for a really long time. Especially in duos, I land here with my friends, and this is obviously gonna have the most action, but it's still a really good spot to check out. Okay, coming at number 3, we have the bridge near Paradise Palms. So this was probably my favorite landing spot last season. It's since changed up just because I've explored new locations and decided that that's one of my favorite. That's my favorite. But yeah, this I would land here. Probably half of my solo games I'd land here. There's a chest in each of these in each of these main buildings. And there's also a little red hut right here that has loot in it sometimes. Doesn't have a chest, but there's an ammo box and loot there. And there's sometimes a chest on top of this rock right here. There is a lot of good loot in this area. And as you can see, there's also going to be a spot. Ignore the boombo, that's faulted. But anyway, so if we go down these stairs, there's also usually some loot over there where that green pump was. And yeah, there's actually a chest underneath the building, so that's a pretty cool feature, and it's one of my favorites. So yeah. So number 2, many people forget about this spot, but it's actually a pretty big spot. It is these little factories, or I call them snow factories, near what used to be Flush Factory, and it's also pretty close to the Big Chair location, which I showed to you previously. This building is actually the same type of building as the one in Salty Factories, that came back this season with Dusty Depot. I'm actually leaving those out because right now there's too much action there. I mean, I occasionally land there if I'm looking for action, but usually I just want to get good placement in the game. So that's a pretty good building. We have a chest in this red truck. And this is also a unique building right here. This building, it's a big garage. And there's sometimes a chest behind these little wooden planks. And this spot actually has a lot of those wooden pallets you saw under that chest, like right here. They give you a decent amount of wood every time you break it. So yeah, that's also another reason why you come here, because you'll get some good mats. There's also some metal. There's not much brick, but you'll find some brick outside of the factories. And there's also a chest just above there. And if we go outside, we'll see this little truck right here is fallen over, and there is a chest in there. And there's also another truck with some more wood, and another truck with a chest in it, more wood pallets. Now we're gonna go in the disco club thing. So yeah, I think this place is, or this building is worse than the other 2 buildings, at least put together. But yeah, this has a lot of small little rooms with those green doors you see with the little lightning symbol on them. There's also a chest behind the little DJ booth. And yeah, you also find sometimes 2 chests right below the roof. And it's pretty good for landing at in duos too. Alright, and finally at number 1, we have the soccer stadium. So this was actually a tough decision, as I said before. I mean, I guess all of the top 3 could be tied, but you saw a vending machine over there. There's also another taco stand right there. And this little pool, which is also a unique building to the Fortnite map. And you actually may have seen this pool before if you've played in about like Season 7. There was a motel that also had that pool, so the motel was also a good solo landing spot, but unfortunately they took it out. But yeah, and here's the soccer stadium, and yeah, so there's 2 chests on the corners right there, and there's also a vending machine inside the stadium. And yeah, I mean, this is it. This is number 1, and this is the spot that I'd land at most games in Season X. So, and this is actually another good duos landing spot. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I guess make sure to like and subscribe, obviously, share, all that. I'm actually going to be posting videos every other day this week, or I'll try to, but it's the week before school, so I'm going to start putting a lot of stuff in, but hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of a weird video, but, I guess I'm going to try new things, try to get my views up, subscribers up, anything I can. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button. There's going to be a subscribe button on the left of your screen, a video that YouTube recommends to you on the right of your screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.